Hello, my fellow Nigerians, both home and abroad, especially Nigerians in Nigeria. My name is Faduri Oluwadare Joseph. Everybody calls me Father Joe. I am one of Nigerians' leaders who every day is fighting tooth and nail to see how we're going to have a new Nigeria come 2027. Because what we have today is a jungle, it's not a country. In 2 weeks, Nigeria was burning. Killings in Plateau State, killings in Uromi, killings in Benue State. But our president, a man who applied for the job, and he gave the job to himself, was in France, a country where its president was there. Didn't leave to another country for 2 weeks. His country was burning and never turned back to his nation. Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, was in South Africa. When there was a bomb in his country, he cut his visit short and returned back to his nation. But ours stayed in France and London. When Nigeria was burning from Uromi, Edo State, to Plateau State. That is the kind of leaders we have in our nation. Leaders who doesn't care, who have no value for human life, who have no respect for citizens that voted for them. Now come to the reason why I'm doing this video. Every Nigerian, especially Nigerian youth and adult, a lot of time we say the youth of Nigeria, but even the adult Nigerians today has to sit up and look at 2027 and see whether it's going to be a year for politicians or a year for Nigerian people. I see politicians from Delta State to Osun State to every state decamping to APC. And I now ask myself, in a sane country, in a responsible country, in a country where politicians that respect rule of law and respect dignity, no politician should be decamping to a party that is messing up the nation. But instead, they are all decamping to APC because that is the way or place where they think they can win election. Because they want to follow the Baba Blue. Once they follow Jagabans, they'll be able to win election. They have forgotten that this election is no longer the way they used to calculate it. The next election will not be about their calculation, but it will be about Nigerian people who wants a new country. Nigerian people who wants a new nation. Nigerian people who have been suffering high level of insecurity, high level of hunger, high level of unemployment. Nigerian people who has been paying over 1,500 naira for $1. Nigerian people who cannot afford 3 square meals a day. Nigerian people who doesn't have money to fly themselves to London and France for medical treatment. Nigerian people who doesn't have the money to send their kids to study abroad. Nigerian people who has been suffering every day to buy petrol for almost 1,000 naira or more. That Nigerian people are the ones that will determine 2027 election and not the politicians who are decamping. So when I see decamping from the BDP to APC and BDP to APC, I laughed because when God wants to destroy a certain set of people, He will seal their hearts for them to think that they can do and undo. This APC, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, think they can do and undo. They have the country in one party. They want to make Nigeria a one-party state, and that party will continue to run the nation. But I bet that will not be the case in 2027. They can continue to decamp, but Nigerian people will also continue to come together. The youth who made a statement in 2023 will make more statements in 2027. And that is why I'm calling on every Nigerian youth. If you're a Nigerian, whether you are a youth, whether you are an adult, go and register to vote. In 2027, every Nigerian that are qualified to register to vote will register. And whatever plans of these politicians, we must make sure it does not work, because these people does not have the people at heart, but themselves at heart. Any politician who has been in government 20 years, 10 years. We must do everything in 2027 to retire all of them. From House of Rep to the Senate, every one of them, we must do everything possible to retire them. Because they have been a disaster to our country. They have been a disaster to our nation. So when I see them from Delta State, from Osun State, and from other states decamping, the question you will ask them is, when you look at how long they have been in government, what have been their achievement, what have been their contribution to the life of their people they have been representing for the last 5-10 years? No, except buying a car for 1 or 2 people, giving 1 or 2 people car, and putting some boys on their payroll so they can be using them to win election every now and then. But Nigeria has changed. Nigerians know better. People know better. In 2027, it's not going to be a politics of politicians. It's going to be a politics of Nigerian people. It's going to be people-powered campaign all around the nation. And the world will be shocked of what is coming to Nigeria in 2027. So I'm using this medium to wake every Nigerian up. Every Nigerians, millions of Nigerians who are suffering. Millions of Nigerians who cannot afford to send their kids to school. Millions of Nigerians who are affected by insecurity every day. Millions of Nigerians who are suffering unemployment. Nigerians in diaspora who have families back home who are suffering. We must come together in 2026, 2027 to make sure that these people, these politicians, does not have their way. That is the only way we can have a country. If not, we will continue to put people in government who will be going to France and London for medical treatment, spending billions of dollars. Money that will be used to develop our nation for medical treatment. We need young and agile people to run our nation. We need young and able-bodied to run our nation. Enough of these old politicians, fathers who are supposed to retire, thinking they are the one who can run a nation. In 2027, God will shock the world. God will shock all of them. So they should continue the campaign. But I tell you, the campaign is not a solution. The campaign will not solve their problem. God and Nigerian people will be the one to decide the next election. It's not politicians who think they have so much money and they can use their money to bribe their way back to office. May God bless Nigeria. May God bless you. And may God bless me. I remain Faduri Oluwadai Joseph, the leader of Rescue Movement for New Nigeria, a former presidential aspirant under Labour Party, and the leader of Nigerian Diaspora Movement. Together, we will make Nigeria great someday. And that day is getting closer and closer by the day. God bless you.